Balcones' first ever year-round bourbon was an inspiration. It all had to work together. A blend of carefully selected ingredients, Texas-sized pot stills, and creative people determined to find the absolute best way to usher a new whiskey along. When you discover how it pairs with a meaningful moment, suddenly the feeling of drinking great whiskey becomes a whole lot more.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Whiskey Neat, spirited conversations with interesting people. I am your host, Kristopher Hart. So this will be a short intro, no major ad reads. Of course, Balcones is sponsoring this episode, but other than that, that's it. Brendan and Bryan Callen, I have been a long-time supporter of Bryan Callen his entire career, so I am super honored to have him in, and of course, a good friend Brendan Schaub is here as well. So they had a sold-out show. They didn't need to come do local radio or any of the sort, so to have them on for no reason other than the fact to just come on and have a few drinks with some interesting bottles is a real honor. So I thank both of them. I appreciate it. I got to meet the man behind Brendan, Jay Schaub, who is a fantastic guy. And yeah, without further ado, Brendan Schaub, Bryan Callen, cheers. Brendan, Bryan, I don't know if you're afraid of the Rona, but I want to give you another handshake.
Bring it in, brother.
I'm a huge Brendan fan. We're friends. We text each other.
I know, but now
Although I'm pretty sure I'm Whiskey Pete in his phone instead of my real name.
You are Whiskey Pete in the phone.
Instead of Chris.
I have been following you since 1995, since Mad TV. I mean, I grew up on you. I'm 32.
That's awesome. And yeah, you were probably 7.
Yeah. My mom did not let me watch it, but my stepfather was all about it. So it is a huge deal that you're here. I'm very happy that you came by.
Thank you.
I know you get fluffed all the time, especially with you two, but I mean it. I'm really happy you're here. So I brought out some good whiskeys. I thought we would have taste through a few things and talk some shit, because I hear that the last time you were on this show, there was like an open mic guy, Dorito Santino, or someone was
redhead,
pissed.
Yeah,
he's a redheaded guy.
Redhead.
Yeah.
He was pretty pissed that you came on my show first.
Yeah. Santino was not happy, dude.
Yeah, Santino. We call him the bus and truck version of Bryan Callen.
Bus and truck?
The bus and truck, the poor man's version.
Oh, I see. I mean, I could see there's definitely, you guys could be related. And
Yeah.
We call him the Red Rocket.
The Red Rocket.
Red Rocket.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here on a real whiskey show, not the Screwballs peanut butter flavored liqueur podcast. But I appreciate you guys coming on. So I wanted to start with the oldest thing on the table. We kind of gave some to Jay off camera here.
And we're not talking about Bryan's hands.
You son of a bitch. It's a year older than me. A year, yes.
Yeah, a year older than you. 1966.
Yep.
This was bottled in 66, and it looks like it.
Wow.
So you were the second oldest thing in the room.
Bryan, quick, what happened in 1966? Big deal.
I think we officially were ensconced in Vietnam as American.
Viet fucking Nam.
But it was really 67.
You want
68.
I saw your face of disappointment.
What's going on here, Whiskey Pete?
I saw a sadness in your face.
I'm risking Corona?
I mean, this is a 60. So when you have a whiskey that's from 1966, does that usually bode well for the whiskey, or it depends?
So there's two things. So you've mentioned me a few times on TFATK. Thank you, by the way. You specifically on your first post episode, you mentioned just because it's older doesn't mean it's better. And that's true in terms of age, like the number. 21 years old, 35-year-old bourbon tastes like hot garbage.
Wow.
But the bourbon community definitely feels like the older distilleries had it. There was old growth oak versus new oak. It was a different time of better spirits back then, and nowadays everything's a bit more mass produced. So It doesn't age in the bottle. It doesn't affect it as long as you can keep it sealed tight. It'll last as long as you.
Because this is outstanding.
It's really nice, right? Like dry aged meat.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
Right, but let me ask you this: so when this was, if we were back in 1966 and I was drinking this, I don't think it tastes the same as it does now.
Yeah, there is something called old bottle effect.
Yeah.
Typically speaking, like this is a new release. This is we did a Reservoir Dog series. This is Mr. Orange. This is 120 proof. This will put some hair on your chest. typically speaking, whiskey doesn't age in the bottle, but decades in the bottle is a bit different.
Yeah, because wine does age in the bottle.
Correct, but that still has like active yeasts and,
Right.
and sugars.
Oh.
Distillation is purification. It's no fat, no sugar, no sodium, no nothing. You're talking about a completely clean product, completely, truly empty calories.
Kind of like my torso, huh, guys?
125 proof.
sorry.
I mean,
Jesus.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So
So I could
intense.
blow fire with that thing.
It's pretty hot, yeah. And that'll actually, so whiskey will not typically kill Corona because it needs to be at least 60% alcohol. That is the mark.
So it's the Corona killer.
That'll kill Corona, yeah.
Corona killer.
It's a
Market is Corona killer.
60% alcohol.
Damn. I'm gonna pour this.
Yeah,
in.
go ahead. Actually, you know what? Pour it off camera because we did do a wine that I wanted to taste you on. We've got a wine coming out. I'll give you just a touch here.
Oh, beautiful.
But this is a super Italian Tuscan wine that we did. That's going to
Tuscan
be
wine.
called Partenza.
You didn't want to finish the whiskey, huh?
I'm gonna drink a lot of whiskey, so I had a little sippy poo.
He's a little nervous. You
Yeah.
know?
You try it.
A little
Don't want to
nervous.
interfere
time.
with his heart medicine.
First time.
Yeah, I mean whiskey's
Yeah,
tough.
take
on
it
me.
easy.
Yeah.
We had whiskey last night, though.
Oh, I like this nose.
Yeah, that is a super Italian Tuscan blend, red Tuscan blend.
Yep.
Let me try it,
We
Brian.
should see it here in Texas.
Let me smell it.
It's
Smell
about a
it.
few months out.
Smell that bad boy.
Speaking of which, man, you
Oh, that's earthy.
That's earthy and floral. A little
that's
floral
earthy.
and earthy. I'm not gonna lie. I won't lie. It's floral and earthy. Let me see how it coats my palate.
Me and Brian were once when we first started hanging out. We went to Scopa and we were around all these like super intellectual people, smart people, and the wine came. I don't know wine at all.
Sure.
I saw Brian going,
Of course he was.
and so I grabbed my own going. And Brian goes, "It's earthy," and it is earthy. And so now it's my only go-to when I drink wine. I
It's
go,
really
"This
earthy.
is pretty earthy."
I gotta tell you,
and
this-
no one goes, "What do you mean?" Because if they go, "What do you mean?" I'm like,
Yeah.
it smells like the earth, man.
Man, it tastes like somebody. You feel like I'm biting a wet dog. Somebody smacked me in the head and throw me in a bunch of hay. This is delicious.
This is earthy.
Gotta have different ways of describing things. I'm not just saying this. This is a goddamn good wine.
Yeah, we're huge fans of it, and we're not the group we did it for. So I've told you a little bit about
Very happy.
Houston. The largest whiskey club in North America is here in Houston, the Houston Bourbon Society. A lot of them are going to be at your show this weekend at the Houston Improv. Although tickets are sold out. Man, they sold out instantly.
You're welcome, Brian.
They sold out instantly.
Brandon gets up, he's opening for me, and he goes, man, this is, what'd you say about my crowds?
I go, it's about half full, which is fair. It's Corona, but to Brian, this is a sold out show.
Fucking asshole. And they roared.
Of course. I actually, before we move on to the next one, I'm going to set this up. We reached out to a lot of your fans to ask for, which by the way, they are savage.
We've got some rabid fans.
You've got some
God
rabid
bless
fans.
them all.
Not as quite as dysfunctional as your mom's house crew, but pretty up there. But they had some questions. I figured I would ask them from the fan perspective to kind of hear your side of some things.
Fire away.
And how's the whiskey? That's the
It's really
that's the
nice.
last one.
Yeah.
So I won't rush you, but I did also bring some brandy, some ginger brandy from 1905.
Go ahead and hit me with
bitch,
that.
I'm in.
So this is I thought when I
need a
texted
clean
you
glass.
about dinner.
You thought I was going to say, "You son of a bitch, I'm in"?
You said I'm in, and I was like, he missed an
I
opportunity
missed
here.
it. I missed it. So I was
Son
probably
of a bitch, I'm in.
distracted.
Give me that right there.
You got it. This is 1905 ginger brandy, basically back then.
1905.
Yeah, it's 115 years old.
Fuck.
Now, I made a joke saying it tastes like someone
Civil
from the
War.
Civil War is pissing
Pissed
in my
in your
mouth.
mouth, yeah.
I was just trying to be funny.
It's really
I'm
funny.
sure it's delicious.
Well, it's really syrupy and thick, so you may not finish the whole thing, but this was supposed to help solve, it was medicine back then.
Gastrointestinal
Yeah,
problems. Well,
diarrhea.
Ginger
Yeah,
does
for
do
me.
that.
There's definitely some spicy ginger in there.
Yeah. Wow.
And this is
This should help
actually,
you out, Brian, because Brian been farting.
Oh yeah. Every time I go to the bathroom,
Brian had some
I'm on the
pizza. He
plane.
been
I'm on the plane. I gotta go
farting,
pee, and he goes.
in
You
front
gotta
of
shit. You gotta shit. You gotta take a dump.
In front of his girl, he
front
can
of
see the bathroom. I
everybody.
go,
I'm
Brian,
like-
you gotta take a shit. You can be okay. She's all.
Oh, you tell me, huh? No matter what
Remember when
happens.
we did in Starbucks?
I'm walking.
Brian
Yeah.
had to pee so bad, and there's the lines out the door.
You know when you gotta pee, you walk stiff-legged. You're like, I gotta get there.
This was in Austin.
There's all these girls behind the fucking like young girls, and he goes, "Ooh, your bathroom got good plumbing. He's got to really take a dump."
I go, what's the code? I go, quickly, he's gonna shit his pants. They were laughing so
And I'm like,
hard.
I don't have to. I have to pee. I swear to God. And I was like fucking hurrying up. Anyway, we're 10. We're 10 years old.
Yeah, of course.
We're 12 years old. So what questions do you have?
Your best friends. Your best friends.
Sorry, Chris.
Oh, wow, that smells
Yeah, so there's
110 years old.
it is
damn
115
good, though.
115 years old. Lots
What?
of like fresh ginger on there, like
fucking
really
delicious.
spicy.
I love ginger, man.
This is delicious.
Is it nice?
If you're not a sweet guy, right? I don't think you'll like that as much.
I love it.
No, that's nice.
Tastes like cough syrup.
But that is a piece of history right there.
Wow.
So that's what is really fun. It's a little time
It's
capsule.
really sweet though.
Really
A
sweet.
lot of sugar, huh?
A lot of
Damn.
sugar in that.
That's impressive that it can last. I mean, that's crazy.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, so if you notice, I mentioned that I had to filter it. Yeah, so the one thing that does happen is over time, that you see the cork here. I mean, it looks...
It says this.
Cork looks like Brian's nose.
That's so fucked up. You know why that's fucked up? This morning I was looking at a light and I'm getting lines on my nose. Like it's looking like I look like it's a barnacle. You get older and you get these fucking. It's like I gotta go get a facial.
You talked about getting your lids
That's
done. I
exact-
was wondering
dude,
what's going on here.
I should get my nose done too now.
You're under.
Just get it smoothed out.
Just do the whole thing.
Reliable, stimulating, cordial, tonic, and stomach prepared from best Jamaican ginger root, sugar, syrup, and purest grain distillation. This is fucking
really nice.
delicious.
It's really interesting.
Gonna keep this
You
on
wanna
the
try
side for myself.
You want to try some?
Dude,
I feel like
1905.
you talk about Jay a lot, but I don't think Jay's ever... I've never seen him on
He's
camera.
the quiet assassin.
Brendan
He's
gets
the quiet
his whiskey.
assassin.
Brendan gets his whiskey love from his older brother, Jay
Yes.
Schaub.
Yes.
Jay goes, that fool learned about whiskey from me last night. I was like, oh, I go, did you drink whiskey? He goes, that fool learned about whiskey from me. I was like, oh.
God, was he Wesley Snipes?
I know.
That fool learned whiskey from me,
That's what he
man.
said.
I don't think he talks like
I
that.
know. I was like,
Man,
Jay,
that fool learned everything from me, bro.
I was like, Jay,
doesn't
you got
talk
super
like that.
hood right now.
Oh, man. Speaking of getting your whiskey love, last time you were here, I gave you a bottle of this baby right here.
That was my fave, dude.
Yeah, so this is
my
Blanton's
favorite.
straight from the barrel.
Yeah.
I figured you can continue your tradition here in Houston.
Dude, thank you,
Dude.
sir.
So you can't get that in the U.S. That is the cask strength version of Blanton's.
It's so
It's
nice.
only
It's the
available
best.
overseas. You cannot get it in the U.S.
Really?
And
You
it
keep
is...
your liver spotted hands off
I'm
my
all
goddamn
over that, you
blends.
son of a bitch,
yeah,
tonight.
and it's 127
tonight.
proof, so that also kills Rona.
Whoa. So is that stronger than most of your Blantons?
Well, Blanton's that's sold in the U.S. is I think 90 proof.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
pretty. It's already got a bunch of water.
This is
added
where we
to it.
separate the men from the boys.
This is where puts
This is big boy moves.
Big
some hair
moves.
on your chest for
Big
sure.
boy moves.
And you
get
see
your cock out.
It's actually a slightly smaller bottle because in the U.S. it's all
It's
750.
an adorable bottle,
It's a
dude.
700 mil.
It's a little
like
bigger
a
than a hand
grenade.
grenade.
Yeah.
A little bigger than a hand grenade, right? That's
Done
a whiskey.
deal.
That's a whiskey grenade.
Damn, thanks, man.
Yeah, sure, man.
really
I
dope.
think you killed the whole bottle last time you were
I
in town.
did.
So,
I sure did.
Well, he's not.
I do. Borderline alcoholic.
first question. We had some fans mention that ask Bryan and Brendan if they've ever heard of an artist named Callen Schaub.
I have.
I have.
He sells $20,000 paintings, and that's his real name.
Yeah, his first name's Callen. His last name's Schaub.
Is that true?
And he's
I
a
thought
really
it was
good artist.
I thought it was a joke.
No, that's a
No,
real
yeah,
dude.
$20,000 to $50,000 paintings.
Yeah, people tag me all the time in his pictures and stuff. I don't know what they want me to do with it. It's like, yeah, cool, dude.
So-
he has his last name, my last
I
name.
feel like he reached out to us, or he didn't. Somebody.
Definitely didn't.
Okay.
I think he's like a real artist and doesn't give a
Callen Schaub.
flying hell about us.
Can you bring up some of his artwork or no?
We can, I'm sure you can pull it up there. Have you,
He's a really good artist. I don't know what more we're supposed to do with it though. Like people tag me all the time.
I'll go
I'm like,
buy some art if he gives me a break.
Daddy, you're not gonna buy anything.
Probably right. Probably right.
speaking of which, how's Thick Boy Bike Club going?
Dude, insane.
You look like you've dropped some weight, like
Yeah.
20 plus pounds.
Yep.
You look thinner than I've ever seen
About
you.
18 down right now.
He's like 250 instead of the usual 270.
I was 270. Yeah, no, I'm in the 40s now. There's Callen Schaub. He's
Wow.
a beast.
Yeah, you sure he's not literally y'all's kid? Because
Let
he
me see
looks
his
12.
face.
That's so wild.
Wow. I mean, not
Callen
bad. Looks like your
Schaub.
shoes.
Yeah, he's cool.
That's so
Outfit's
interesting.
pretty swaggy.
You should do some. You should do some shoes. Have him
Yeah,
do
the
a pair
Thick
of
Boy
shoes
Bike
for you.
Club. We were gonna. People have asked me to ride in Houston. It's just too hot, dude.
No, it's
and
hot.
it's
It's
flat
hot.
out here.
Brendan has chapters, so he's like, well, I got to go down.
The Houston,
San
the
Diego
Texas chapter. Texas chapter is super strong.
Okay, but
Then
don't say chapter.
well,
It
for
just makes me
Spokane's our
angry.
first ride. It's in Spokane, and me and Jay are trying to figure it out because Specialized is helping us out. Specialized Bikes,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have to cap it, man, because me too many people on the trails.
Well, I have an
'Cause we're
idea.
at 200 right now.
I have an idea that I think you'll love because he knows business. So you just found out about what Patreon was from Tim Dillon.
People
Blew
would
my
always.
mind that you didn't know
I've
what
never
Patreon
heard about
was.
it. People would always reference to me, and I'm like, okay. And I figured, they don't have the money to put on regular shows, so these people pay for the show. I don't know.
No. Well, it's just like a subscription. I mean,
So Sam Harris on
Dalia
his
has his own app
podcast
that does the same thing.
But Sam Harris, he doesn't charge and he doesn't do sponsors, so he just asks that you You can do
Contribute,
Patreon
yeah.
or you can do...
Which I think we should do. The bonus episode, Fire and Kids, should be that.
That's cool.
Well, I think you should also, in order to be a member of the Thick Boy Bike Club, you'll release, when you're in a city, you'll release the information about that bike run in the Patreon. So that way they're at least, I mean, your fans are probably
It gives them a reason to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it gives them a reason. If you had an official Thick Boy Bike Club, you had actual members that paid $2 a month, $3
Yeah.
a month. And then that way, when you're in that city, the only way they're going to get that information is if
It's
they're a
going through
member
there.
to Patreon. And then you put the information of where the bike ride is, where the cap is, and et cetera.
And then you could also really, announce new merch on there, and only
Sure.
they have access to it. Give them a certain code.
Yeah,
That's a
absolutely.
good idea.
I mean, it's not a horrible idea, but
I started looking more into it, and then talked to Schultz. Does it? Tim
Yeah.
Dillon does it. A lot of our
well,
friends.
Tim Dillon
do
said
it,
something like $30,000 a month in sponsors.
Yeah, I think Schultz is
Who
at
does?
like 90.
Tim Dillon?
And Schultz is at 90,000.
He's amazing, by the way.
Schultz or Dillon? Both.
Both. Schultz and Dillon, I think, are the next generation's. I mean, they're borderline geniuses. I mean, they're. There was a time in which people did not respect Bill Burr to the level that they respect him now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Louis
both of those
CK,
guys are
there's
the
a
real
lot.
deal.
Louis C.K. too, early 2000s when he
man.
did the things that got him in trouble.
Schultz
he
is
wasn't a
very
big-
smart and funny, and I loved some
Well,
of
have you
his
seen what
Corona
Schultz been
posts.
doing? During the quarantine, is Corona
Genius.
takes. Where most comics are, if they have podcasts that post that like us, but they'll try and do like old clips and stuff. But his takes,
He's been
on
doing the news
Corona,
coverage on
dude, it's
the-
just boom, boom. It's
Fantastic.
taking another level.
It's great.
Schultz is Schultz reminds me of Tom Segura business wise, super funny, but also like really driven financially, like to do. And what Schultz is
He's a
doing
monster.
is just
So
next
he has a
level.
Patreon page that pays for what?
So you wouldn't run any ads. So you do like
freedom.
$5 and you get access to this episode. No ads, no promotion,
Some people
nothing.
pay $10 a month.
Great.
And it's a paywall, and I know Rogan's against the paywalls, but there's a whole distillery out of Austin that was crowdfunded from their YouTube videos. That they've got like 100,000 plus 200,000 subscribers. It's called the Whiskey Vault, and these two guys do hot takes on whiskey. They crowdsource. They make $40,000 a month just for their videos about whiskey. And they built a distillery with that money at all.
That's awesome.
So cool. Because one of the I remember in the 90s, they're the biggest yogi teacher like in the country. And
The one
was a
they
guy
did
named
that
Bryan
documentary on?
Kest. No, that's big. His name is Bryan Kest. And he was like kind of had long hair, good looking guy, but like a real devoted yoga guy.
They all are,
And
yeah.
he opened a studio in Santa Monica, and he goes, it's free. Whoever wants to come. And then he had just suggested donations.
Like suggested showing you.
He just had a
balls.
literally said, if you want, go
If
ahead.
you want, go ahead.
Otherwise,
Just
it's free.
gotta see your tits.
That's all I got to do.
That's usually how the yoga stuff goes.
Believe
man.
me. By the way,
Helping
it was
them
nothing
stretch
but
their hips
it was
out,
nothing
yeah.
but the hottest girls on the planet.
course.
That's how it
If you
goes.
were a dude, you went to his class because you didn't see better looking women in LA than there. But the guy was legit, and he would teach, and he never asked ever anybody for money. Well, he became a millionaire
Just from donations.
Well, because it gave him legitimacy.
Like a church.
It was just like, but he was like,
Same
he
concept.
he had a
but
play
he was
here.
he was a genuine
Same sexual
he was a
assault rate.
genuine
Yes.
dude who was actually really good at what he did, and he's like, I'm just giving this shit away for free, and so what happens? You get a girl who's a trust fund, and people who can do yoga during the day, women,
Middle of the day.
they got money.
Yeah.
So what happens is the girls will be like,
Start
here's
donating.
$5,000 because I love you. Here's $10,000.
Jesus.
He just became incredibly wealthy.
I wish people would hand me checks for $5,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing, I know you're a whiskey guy. Have you had rums before? You drink straight rums.
Not a lot of rums. Not
Okay,
like
so let me
Rumpelstiltskin.
open your mind up a little bit. These are my rums.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they haven't hit the market yet.
Oh, damn,
We did a bunch of single barrels of rum, and I've got, where's that bag at? Let's see.
I've had an amazing
Yeah.
Jamaican rum. That's all I know about rum.
Jamaican.
Can be
So
super
good.
funky. Talk about dead animals and peated moss and that sort of stuff you get from like really smoky scotches. Jamaican rums are very much known because they do something called muck pits, where they dig a hole, they dump in molasses, and they let it sit and ferment for a few weeks.
Oh, that's that hooch, baby.
Yeah, and they dead birds. I mean, because it's sugar, right?
Dead birds.
Dead animals. It attracts wild yeast. It ferments. They distill it, and it gives it this really kind of
Sounds a good way to get Corona.
No, 'cause you distill it.
Distillation's purification. It
Yeah.
gets rid of everything.
That's right.
So these are our rums, or my rums. They will be released soon, but I figured I would give you just one before we get back to the whiskey, and that's the Belize.
All right.
So this Belize is the most bourbony rum we had. These are
I am loving this ginger brandy.
Isn't
I
it
am
nice?
fucking loving
Now
it.
you can drink a ton of it.
Nope, but
Nope.
it's
Because it helps
1905.
prevent farts. If you drink a lot of this, you're gonna shit your pants.
It'll give you
Probably.
shits, yeah.
Oh, let me empty
Oh,
this
yeah,
out.
no worries.
Good.
Here's
you know what? No,
hit me
Here's
with
a dump glass here.
No,
Hit me
I'm
with
good.
the rum.
I'm just putting this
Okay.
one.
Dude, you got the wine. This is great. Man, can
All
you
right.
bring this wine to the fucking
Yeah,
show?
tonight, yeah. I've got me and my boys, we missed the first wave. It sold out,
We got you.
your show. Well, we missed the first wave, then they released some more, and I snagged the whole table.
Oh, there you go.
So
move.
I'll have six of us with us tonight to come hang
Great.
out.
Oh, that's nice.
So this is the most,
I like the way that
if
smells.
you want some, just let me know.
I might be a rum guy.
Oh, rum's fantastic.
I might be a rum guy.
Here.
Hey, I need you to calm down. You gotta calm down.
This is 14-year-old Belize rum.
Everything. This is the best I've ever had. Man. I think I'm a rum guy. Even try it.
This is why Brendan did the show,
You
despite
tried.
the fact that it sold out.
I sniffed it and I went, I might be a rum guy.
Gotta calm down.
This is 130 proof. This will also kill the Rona. So sip slowly, because it'll put some
Tough.
fire in your chest.
That is
Not a rum
nice,
guy.
though.
Not a rum guy.
Turns out, not a rum guy.
Turns out not a rum guy. No,
It's actually fantastic.
rum
Get a few
guy.
drops
it's
of water.
beautiful.
In this hobby, people get to the point where they're drinking just cask strength stuff. You know, no
Oh,
water,
yeah.
no ice. This
you-
is something me and my wife will put this down.
Oh, your
It's
wife, your wife can
it's
put
almost
it down?
My wife can
medicinal.
put it down.
It's actually medicinal. It's actually
very good, yeah.
It's
And
good.
With ice, I could sip on this all night
So could I.
and get hammered.
It'll be in my truck. If you guys want it in the green room,
That'd be
try,
nice
try
with
it with
some
some
ice.
water.
I
That'd
think
be
so.
nice.
I think
can
we
mix
might
it
be
with Coke
drinking
for
I
a
think
lot.
we're rum guys.
We're rum guys. A couple rum guys. We might
Rum
be rum
guys.
guys.
It's our band name.
Yeah.
Rum guys.
All of these are pretty much pre-sold already, so it's not something that's going to be like sitting on the shelf or anything. But
All right, man, be cool.
is that a
These all this shit is sold out. So
That's strong. That's
Yeah.
120
proof, Papa.
Wow. Man, I could.
This will grow some
This
hair
will
back.
catch fire.
130 proof?
This will catch
That
fire.
might actually catch fire. Yeah, 130
Well,
proof.
when they
That's 65%
blow.
alcohol.
It'll burn your eyes.
Yeah. Wow.
It burnt my eyes.
What's the highest proof? Is it moonshine?
Well, so moonshine just means illegal. A lot of moonshine's watered down to 80 proof, which is like vodka. Just feel free to.
What's like the hooch in prisons?
Isn't
Probably
it,
varies
yeah,
depending.
they
Talk to Stevie. He told me about it.
He said it's nice.
You can
It looks
Still, you
disgusting.
can make moonshine out of anything. Fruit. They
Pea.
take a lot of
You
fruit.
have to
you can do it with
ferment it.
pea.
Yeah, pea.
Yeah.
I would like to try some.
Have you seen that? You haven't seen that meme where they're talking about diabetics, the sugar content of their pea is so high you can actually distill it and make whiskey out of it?
Wow.
No, I haven't
Fuck,
seen
I
that
need
meme.
some diabetic friends when I go to jail.
No, I have
Yeah,
not.
hey, Chris, I haven't seen that.
No, I haven't
appreciate
seen
it.
that one, dude.
Send me that video so I can not watch it.
It's actually pretty good after the ginger is still kind of coated the glass.
The
Yep,
ginger
the
is a
rum was
nice palate cleanser. I've
Oh,
always
man.
said it.
I feel super classy when I drink that. When I drink this.
You got a 1905 ginger? Oh,
115
real
years old.
aristocrat.
man, I want to fuck.
I'm a aristocrat.
Sorry.
Yeah, you could say it.
right.
They'll clean it up for radio. Just
They're gonna edit all this out for radio.
Oh, you can't? Oh, this is radio.
yeah.
Oh, we gotta be
They'll
careful.
clean it out for radio, but the podcast we just stream uncensored.
Am I allowed to say, I want to F?
Yes, I think so.
Sure, man.
That's what's ABC, NBC appropriate? Oh, sorry. Is
Yeah.
that too soon?
I want a K,
Oh, yeah.
which means I want to
Hey,
kiss.
how about last night? He comes out and some guy goes, "School got canceled."
That's why I said your fans are such dicks.
I know. I was
Well,
like,
more his. But then the guy comes during. I'm like sitting there watching Brian's set, and the guy comes and goes, "Dude, did you hear me? I told him school got canceled." I went, "I heard you, dude. It wasn't funny the first time." He's like, "Yeah, dude, you should go up there and roast about a shitty hair." I go, "Dude, what are you doing?
who are you?
What are you doing, dude?"
It's because people see that side of you guys every week. They feel like they're part of the joke. I mean, I just
and
made
they
the
are,
joke.
and they are. It's just some guys.
Yeah, they
just-
are a
they're
little
just
bit, but
clumsy.
that's yeah. I think
the problem is
he might have been excited. Finally, took the mask off and was like,
Yeah.
"School got canceled."
The problem is that so me and Delia and Brendan and Rogan, we all have our thing that's grown up organically, right?
Sure.
So me and Delia have this rivalry, and then sometimes Brendan gets in on it, and we fuck with each other. But we know each other so well, and we're so tight that the problem is that we're doing this dance, and then somebody comes in and goes, "Mind if I do the two-step?" Hang, and they're trying to get in, and we're like,
Sure.
"Hey, bro, it's like a group hug that somebody's trying to wedge themselves into," and it's like, "We're good, dude." The joke's been done. Now you're just rehashing the joke. You know,
They want to be a part of it.
Or they're not witty enough, and it's just mean. That's why your fucking show got canceled. Like, all right,
Speaking
dude.
of ugly fans,
Too much.
I got sucked into your comment threads after the last time you were on. We talked about negative commenters. I never participate, but of course you came on. I start trolling the comments of the photo we took together. Start getting mad at these folks. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you why are you following Brendan if you these people who just want to like? I don't get the
It makes them
appeal.
feel significant.
Well, I think sometimes handle some of the social media side of things, right? Yeah. Like deleting stuff. I mean, sure you see it more than anybody. Brendan's like, I'm good, man. I'm gonna go for a bike ride.
It just comes. I mean, it's only gonna get worse. It's just gonna,
it's just white noise.
Yeah,
it's just white noise.
I mean, if you know,
I
you have
think
a million
most of these
fans,
are
you're
young
gonna have
people who have nothing to do and don't know. And one of the things that I've had experience of is I've had people go bad on me, and I'll say something to them like, yeah, you might be right about that, you know. And then they're like, I'm just fucking with you. I'm still a big fan. So sometimes they don't know what to do.
They just spew.
You know,
the
I swear to God, it's almost like when you like the girl on the playground and you hit her instead of kiss her. It's like, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm going to make fun of her. You know, I swear to God, some of it's.
But also your comment, also, I'm sure online, your comments not going to get noticed if it's like, oh, I love that picture with Pete. You know, then everyone's like, all right, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if it's like, oh, you know.
People only notice opinions that inspire some sort of emotion.
Yes.
And it's usually the anger emotion that tends to trigger.
But also there's a lot to hate on, man. I'm fucking killing it. You know, like there's a lot to hate on.
Yeah.
And it's just the way it goes. Like,
I was going to say,
you can hate on Bryan. You can hate it. Like there's a lot. Like when people hate on Kristopher, like there's a lot to hate on, dude. He's doing fantastic.
Yeah.
He's handsome. He's got an angelic voice.
Yeah, like there's
the way he sings is just ridiculous.
You know, people are hating on Rogan for the Spotify deal.
Insane deal.
What?
Did you see the stat? Someone actually broke it down. What musicians normally get paid is something like 15 hundredths of a penny per play. And they did the math, and Rogan would have to something like 15 billion plays on Spotify for it to even out to what normally artists would get paid for.
Yeah.
Which means that Spotify values Rogan more than any other artist of all time.
Their stock went up $3 billion.
There's a reason for that, though. That's the market value.
Sure.
A lot of
but also, in the world.
But that's the market value. But then also like those singers, like there's how many singers are there? There's only one Joe Rogan.
There's only one Rogan.
Yeah, and his whole that's the other thing. They paid for his entire catalog. Think of how many great guests he's had in his catalog. Where it's not like Finding the Kid where we do current events or we're talking about what we did in Houston this coming Monday.
Sure.
You can listen to Joe Rogan, Kevin Hart, Elon Musk. His catalog is insane.
It's insane, yeah.
And that's what they're paying for, that entire library.
Well, I couldn't be happier for him. I mean,
and I don't know if this is a popular opinion. He got underpaid. When you look at the amount of the stock, that the billions of dollars, they should pay him more.
Well, yeah, I think someone did the math as well and said that he made an estimated $30 million last year just for the podcast.
This is what I love. And I have friends, call me and go, dude, so how's Joe feeling, man? Is he freaking out now? He has all this money. I'm like, hey, dumb.
He's had money.
He's had money for the longest time.
He's been rich for a long time.
He's been making the 30, 40 million off the podcast for a long, long time. When you get that amount of money, they didn't go, oh, here's whatever lump sum everyone thinks he got paid from Spotify. Here's the money. You don't get all that at once. His life's exactly the same, man. He's just doing the damn thing.
Which brings me to my next question. When are you guys moving to Texas? You guys talk about it constantly.
I was talking to these guys into it yesterday.
It's a fantasy. I want to. So I literally woke up this morning. First of all, I love this weather. People say how hot it is. I like this sticky weather.
Well, it's not that hot.
It's good
right
on my
now.
body.
It's not that hot right now.
But to have a house on a lake in Austin.
Yes.
What? Excuse me. With my German Shepherd.
Well, it starts with Rogan sent me properties. He's like, look at these lake houses. I'm like, fuck. And then you look at the taxes.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, it's actually there's something in Texas that you need to look into, and that's simply an ag tax. Like if you put a certain amount of acreage, you put a single cow. You don't have to kill the cow.
Yeah.
Let it graze.
Oh, I love cows.
Some sort of animal.
Basically,
life.
a pet cow.
I want goats.
Yeah.
I want a pet cow.
If you put a certain number per acreage, you get a huge tax exemption.
Even more.
Okay.
Even more.
Dude,
I'd love to have a baby cow roaming
all
around.
I want is a farm. I want to be a gentleman farmer. I'm not going to do the work myself, but I do want to order
I'm going to hire
around.
people and watch.
I want a pipe
but-
and I want to wear a
married and
robe
have
all the
your
time.
wife do it. Set that precedence early.
Is there polygamy? Is polygamy allowed? Are you allowed to have a lot of different women?
Yeah, I'm also
polygamy is
interested
allowed.
in that.
Can you
rule.
have a harem?
You can't marry
Oh, okay.
more than
Okay.
one. Just marry
All right.
one. She's the main one.
Yeah,
But there's no limit on effing.
No.
All the guys you want, buddy.
There's
Hey,
actual,
come on.
a legal limit in divorces, though. In Texas, it's 7. You can't have
You know
more
what?
than-
And that's fair.
I would say that's
You know,
fair.
and that makes a lot of sense,
makes a lot
and
of
that's why I like Texas.
Who can
'Cause you
afford
guys
that
are
many
fair.
divorces? Oh my God.
Yeah, I think for us, it's like, you know, with firing the kid, I can't go anywhere unless Brian, Theo, Rogan. If we get Chris to go, I would 100% do it.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't see Chris going, but I can see if
Chris
The
will
rest of those
never
guys,
go.
the rest of those guys I mentioned will go.
Yeah.
this
but-
is from 1969. This is the year we landed
What
on the
happened in
moon.
69?
I just
Charles Manson murders.
Oh, was it really?
You're
I thought
talking about
that was
the moon?
68, Bubba.
No,
Is that-
69,
wow.
Bubba.
Okay.
Was that
pretty
really
sure.
69?
Jay looked that shit up.
Yeah, when did the Manson?
I thought it was 69.
I think
Might have been 68, but it was probably 69.
moon landing. This was bottle of the year. We
Was the moon landing
landed
in
on the moon. I
69?
talked to Eddie Bravo about that. I don't know about
You
that.
mean
but
when 69? Weird. It's like I know my serial killers.
Good
Don't
job, buddy.
ever, dude.
it's called the Tate murder, so you're at least partially wrong.
Well, he killed.
He ordered them to kill.
Yes.
Correct.
He actually didn't do any killing.
No, he did. Well, he did kill one guy, but
Yeah, 69. Wow, that's a little bit older than I thought. Do you have a glass?
great year,
Yep.
by the way.
1969. This is
The
seven.
shirt actually, you know, it's retro 69.
I like it. This is nice too.
A little bit lighter, right? So this is 90 proof. It's already been cut with water, and it's 7 years old. So
Brian, I'm glad you didn't.
It's only 7 years old.
7 years old, but it was bottled in 69, so
Oh,
it was
gotcha.
distilled in 62.
Okay. Wow.
Do you have anything that unwrinkles shirts or?
This is linen,
Oh, okay.
and so
I
the
don't
way
know.
it sits on my body is.
It's appalling to Whiskey Pete. You came on his big show.
I just don't care.
I did set you guys up with some shirts here if I can unravel them, but the Houston Bourbon Society, black shirt, something basic. You don't have to wear it, but if
super
you wanted
unique.
it,
I'll wear it tonight.
I wasn't sure what size you were. I figured a large.
Small.
No, medium.
I thought medium, and then
Yeah,
I
well,
saw
Mike,
the
but can I
picture
be
of
honest
you on
with you?
Rogan in a wife beater, and I thought for sure you had to be a large.
I'm a thick kid. Now here's the thing. My back goes on for days. So getting
Bag of
into
snakes?
getting into a fucking medium is always tricky because I'm an athlete.
The bird chest, though.
I'm an
The
athlete.
front.
So I don't use my chest. When you punch, when you wrestle the way I do, when you play tennis the way I do, you don't use your chest. You don't use your pecs.
Fair.
I'm not on the bench. My back.
wear that
goes
tonight,
for
by the
my
way,
legs
Pete.
Oh
and
yeah?
back.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that.
No, I will.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Houston Bourbon Society. There'll be a few in the audience. I'm sure you can. Cheers.
Perfect.
All right. So next question here. Got the moving to Tejas. Another question that I think would be kind of funny. Brendan, which hurts worse, getting punched in the face by Mirko Krokop or listening to Brian try to break down fights?
Hey, fuck you, man. What's that guy's
That
name?
wasn't me. That wasn't me. That was a different guy.
What's
yeah.
his fucking
Yeah,
name?
yeah. He's in the bourbon group.
Fuck
He
you,
loves
no,
though.
fuck you,
no.
bourbon group guy.
Yeah, I think it's just it's more fun than anything. Because Brian was like, I can't wait to see that Michael Pettis fight this week, and I'm like, who the fuck's Michael Pettis? He's like, no, I mean Tony Pettis. I'm like, you mean Anthony Pettis? He's like, oh yeah, that's the guy.
I actually think
Michael's his
I
man.
actually have a pretty good record breaking down fights.
Listen,
Somebody told me that online.
I said,
Oh, you should listen to them, Brian. You should listen online.
No, because they were like, they went through my picks and I did all right.
That's not real.
No, it's
That
real.
never happened.
No, it was.
No.
They go,
I think
you're
you-
actually better.
You actually pay attention though to the fight companion.
Yeah.
Because me and Rogan Eddie be talking just all sort of randomness.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then Brian, I'll see Brian watching. So usually I'll go with Brian. He'll be like, "No, she won." I'm like, "Yeah, Brian's usually right because he's paying attention."
Yeah.
But the rest of us aren't paying attention.
yeah, well, that whole last fight companion, it was kind of all like they always are kind of like just a bunch of bros hanging out with a little bit of commentary.
Yeah.
And then you get derailed on the
There was 3
Trump
minutes of
train,
commentary.
and yeah.
Yeah. And then toward the end, we got down to brass tacks. It got deep and good.
Well, we talk about Corona. We really brass tacks as far as not fighting.
No.
We really don't get too much into fighting.
No,
in there.
no, totally.
The best thing about fighting was Eddie breaking down the Tony Ferguson corner stuff in
Yeah.
the beginning. But then once the whiskey started flowing, all hell broke loose.
Sure. It's funny watching Eddie. Eddie is so coherent around fights that if he's in the middle of a conspiracy theory and then all of a sudden you get back into the fights, it's like pure, clear,
Yes.
coherent thought.
Yeah.
And then back to Trump, man.
Yeah.
Hillary
Yeah.
Clinton.
Did you see the meme I posted?
That meme was the
Trump and
funniest
that
thing I've
little
ever
girl
seen. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I couldn't
No,
stop.
I didn't see that.
We started laughing so
We
hard.
couldn't
at that.
stop laughing. Shows a little girl that Trump just blasting another girl's face and says, what's it, Eddie Bravo, fight
Yeah.
companion, Trump.
He's a saint, and he's been right on a few things, so you got to give him a little bit of credit.
Oh, I made everybody apologize to him.
Yeah.
We've been so mean to Eddie. He's been right on a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
The conspiracy's tough to keep up with, man.
It
You know,
is.
You just got to really be into it like Eddie and Sam.
Every time I read about
It also bummed you out. A lot of that bummed you out, man.
What about it?
Just the espionage and like the undercover stuff and
well, you don't
I subscribe to the more I look into it, not to no
Yeah.
pun intended, but the more you look into it, you say, yeah, there's a lot of shit going on.
I think that we give the CIA whoever the deep state is, we give this deep state way too much credit.
Too much
They're
credit.
fucking. How about this? They all have disagreements like everybody else. It's a bunch of people who have different points of view. They're grossly incompetent a lot of times. They make massive miscalculations, and that's what happens in any government bureaucracy. Don't tell me that the CIA
kept the secrets.
They don't fucking know. They disagree.
But they've definitely done some. Though.
They don't get along with the State Department. The State Department has their point of view. Whenever it's a wartime situation, the CIA has their agenda. They keep really secret.
But B, you got to agree. There's been some.
Yeah, I mean the whole syphilis thing,
yeah.
right? When the 70s, didn't they give a bunch of black people syphilis and a bunch of purposely under the kite?
That's the Tuskegee. That's the Tuskegee.
Operation Paperclip.
1948.
But Operation Paperclip's
look up when
real.
Tuskegee was. I think it was 48.
There's a lot like Operation Paperclip. You look at the operation that they did.
Paperclip's real, yeah. The
Paperclip's
NASA
real.
thing.
Yeah.
By the way, we talked about that. We didn't talk about it, but you've talked about it. I love the Hunters on Amazon.
So good.
It was insanely good. It was all about true story. After World War II, all of the Nazi scientists came to work for NASA. 100% true. Really happened.
Well, it was either they go with us or they go to Russia, our enemy. So we gave them jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, we could have just killed them.
No,
well, we need them. They were
power.
brilliant.
A lot of brain
They're
power.
brilliant. Yeah, the German scientists were better than our scientists.
I remember a lot of the German
They're one of
scientists
the
were
guys
just
to the moon.
scientists. They weren't political. They were scientists.
They also had to work for them or they'd be killed.
Of course.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, that happens.
not that they're great people, but they were brilliant.
Whatever they were all over the place. But the one thing about the CIA is that they try to be really secretive and they keep secrets from the State Department and from other people. And then other people are like, fuck these guys. Like in Afghanistan, some of the guys were taping off, some of the CIA guys were taping off their computers so that when the State Department guys came in, they wouldn't, and the State Department guys were making fun of them. And it's a rivalry like anything else. And the State Department guys goes, you guys and your drones, this isn't working, this is bullshit. And they go, it's fucking and everybody fights. But
I also think conspiracies are a lot more fun than the truth a lot of the time.
100% they're more fun.
There's some that I'm almost positive.
It's way more fun to believe in an organized conspiracy than it is
like JFK. JFK is that one. I'm almost positive. That's not that one's tough. JFK is. The Manson with the LSD house, in the CIA orchestrating all that. Like that's.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Did you read that book, Chaos?
No.
You got to, man. It will blow your mind.
I wouldn't be
experiments
surprised
that they did on Charles Manson.
If the moon landing was genuinely faked. If you see the shuttle, which we have here,
you're out of your
Deanston,
mind.
Hold on, listen. Let me just say
okay,
this.
because so I'd be really surprised that you'd get 1,000 people in NASA to keep their fucking mouths shut.
So
like the idea that people can keep a secret in government is the funniest
But they've
thing
done
I've
it
ever
before,
heard.
Pete.
They have never done anything like that.
You asked for this,
fucking
Pete.
moon landing is fake. Huh?
Well, it could be.
Give
me more ginger.
So can I say something? NASA's here in Houston, and we've had the chief deputy scientist, the human research program at NASA, on the show.
Yeah.
And they talk about how they train these guys.
Yeah.
They take them to Siberia. They have facilities that are literally set up to simulate actual space.
Okay.
Like literally the windows in the facility, there's screens around them to make you think you're in space. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm
all
not.
has to be financed.
Yes.
And it
Correct.
all has to be run by a bunch of people, but keep going.
Yeah, okay, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the initial moon landing was fake, just to beat them at the race.
And then we went.
Because there was some evidence of
Cold
faking,
War race,
photoshopping photographs back in the day.
Which is
Rogan's
proved
talked
some
about,
of them
yeah.
Of course, there was a rivalry with the Russians to see who could get there first.
Sure.
But you know how guys are. Human beings are this way. They go, we knew the Russians were in space. So what men do is they go, I'm not going to fake it. Let's fucking get there.
Yeah, sure.
You would.
That's why we took the German.
You're talking about type A personalities. You're talking about people who are all have pride in their work. Who are scientists who would be like, are you fucking? Oh wait, we're all going to collectively lie. And we didn't actually do it, but we'll spend our lifetime working on it.
But it's all for a good reason, though, B.
Get the fuck out of here. Everybody get out of here.
Daddy CIA.
So just to be clear, I do think we've been
When
there.
I worked at the CIA,
Hey.
Oh, fuck.
Your dad was in the military, right?
Who knows
You were born
what
in
he did? You keep waking up
Philippines?
free every morning and bad mouthing your country. He'll do what he does. You're fucking welcome. You're fucking welcome.
Don't let Big Mike hear
God
this.
damn it!
man.
I'm calling my father. Where's my dad? Watch this. Watch this. Watch
this-
this.
What's his name? Big Dave?
Big Mike.
Big
Watch
Mike?
this. Watch
Big
this.
Dave would
Ready?
be
Watch
great.
this. Hold on. Watch my father. My father. Let's
Be
talk
so
to him. He worked
hilarious.
for the CIA, but don't say anything.
Watch,
Watch
he's-
this.
he's-
Watch this motherfucker.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Watch my dad.
Say, hey, I'm here doing a show. He thinks we faked the moon landing.
I'm in Houston. This guy is a fucking idiot. Tell him my name's Andrew Santino.
Come on, answer the phone.
Come on, Biggie Mike.
Pick up the phone.
Come on, Biggie Mike. What's he doing?
Playing golf.
Not going to the
He's
moon.
100% playing golf at 80.
He's still covering up.
Out driving me too. Come on, answer the phone. I'll get him.
Big Mike's way bigger than me, by the way.
Oh, I heard he's a beast. Yeah.
300 pounds.
Callen here. Leave a message.
Oh yeah,
That's how he talks.
Callen here.
I'll get him.
Callen here. Well, we've got a little ways to go. I'll say this: Melissa Villasenor, when she was here, right after you
Love
came
her.
on. By the way, John Witherspoon was on. This is the last interview he did before he passed.
Ah, dang.
You came on. John Witherspoon was here the next week. Then within 2 weeks, he was gone. And on my show, he's like, they need to hurry up and get, because they were trying to talk about bringing Friday back. You know, the Friday
that's
movies.
right,
They're
yeah.
doing a sequel. He's like, they better hurry because the actors are going to die. And then a week later, he was
Damn,
gone.
that's a bummer.
But I took Melissa Villasenor to NASA to the next day. We went up.
Oh, wow.
She said she wanted to see the shuttle.
She's so cool.
And the thing that was supposedly landed on the moon that Lance Armstrong.
Buzz?
Oh, you don't
Buzz.
even know the
Sorry,
people.
Sorry.
You fucking
I've had-
Lance Armstrong never went to the fucking moon. What did he do? Bike up there, you son of a bitch? This
You
fucking
fucked
guy.
up, dude.
You know what, dude? You're
Buzz
really full
Aldrin.
of
Buzz Aldrin.
Fucking, you're full of conspiracy
meant Buzz
theories.
Aldrin, dude.
Nah, he
No,
said
don't-
Lance
don't get
Armstrong.
caught on
I
that.
know what the fuck he said, and he's not even
He's thinking
drunk.
about bikes, dude.
Lance Armstrong went to the moon. I don't want to fucking hear this anymore. I mean, I do believe you, but still, this is bullshit.
Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin. Sorry, apologies. There's been some whiskey in my system for the last 2 hours, but the actual module that went is flimsy. Like you can literally break it off with like the fact that thing.
Are you a rocket
somehow-
engineer now?
I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised if the first landing was fake just to win.
And then we went.
I believe we've been there since. I'm not a complete.
And that's fair.
And I'm not
Everyone's
saying.
entitled to their opinion, Bryan
Yeah,
Callen.
you gonna vote for Putin in the next fucking election? You son of a
Right
bitch!
in-
You a Bernie
You
Sanders
Russian
fan?
shill.
For the record,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I fully believe it. I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I would.
No, I
because
wouldn't
you
either.
can't keep that many people quiet.
But you can.
You sure can't.
You can, dude.
It's NASA.
It's happened before.
Ain't happened before. Give me an
You can lie to a lot of people, and they think that what they're doing is real.
Even the most clandestine operations from the Freedom of Information Act we know about. You can read about them.
Oh, you think the
can
government
read
tells us everything,
you can read
Papa?
You can read about everything that happened, and you can read about the whole drone program right now in Stephen Cole's book. I'm reading it now. Ghost Wars. Read Ghost Wars. Read Directorate S.
I'm such a fan of you. You're really hurting my feelings. This is really.
You know what? Hey,
Oh,
you know what?
You're
Like, do you know how
I
honored I
want to
am?
know. I need your papers.
You
I
shouldn't
need
be.
information on both you fucking
I had
guys.
Aries Spears on, and I was excited about having Aries on because you worked with him, and I was like, it was that you and Will Sasso. I've been a
The
10
genius, the great genius.
10-minute
Oh,
pod
has
fan.
Will been on here?
No, but he doesn't do comedy. When's he coming to Houston?
You know what? I can get him to do stand up.
On that,
He's so amazing.
On that
Oh,
show,
he's
you
the
kept
best.
trying to convince him. You and Valia were always pitching him. You should do stand up. You should do stand up. He kept saying he didn't want to do it.
He's done it though.
Has he really?
Yeah, he opened
Well,
for
Tim
us.
and Potts-
No, he opened for us at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And remember that? It was a 500 kid, just all stamp. Is me,
How many years
Brian, last year. Me,
Okay,
Brian,
so Tim and
Theo.
Potts stopped like 4 years
So
ago, right?
is
Back,
me,
we'll bring it
Brian,
back. I know, I
Theo, Chris, and then Will goes, hey, can I do 10 minutes? Remember that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'll put you in the middle.
And this is in front of the
he's
biggest
He
comics.
hasn't done stand-up at all.
Did he
I think
kill?
He crushed.
But he did a character that does really bad jokes and comes out with a paper.
He's
Sure.
a fucking
Oh,
genius.
he's genius.
No, he's absolutely a genius. I've been following him and his handshake as an ode to his old theater group back when in Canada when he was growing
Oh,
up
wow.
in high school.
Oh, wow.
I am a Bryan Callen, Will Sasso. Those season Matt TV was everything.
Yeah.
Fucks SNL. I couldn't give two shits about SNL.
It was a great
growing up.
show back
Yeah,
then.
not better than Living Color, but yeah, it was good.
It was same people, same
Same.
fax
Owners.
bar and
Yeah, you have Jim.
They-
Carrey.
I'm
You
not
have
gonna
Jim
lie.
Carrey though.
that's true.
Matt TV
You have
did,
Jamie Foxx
God,
though.
they were so
Damon
amazing.
Wayans.
did screw up their
Marlon Wayans.
Yeah.
whatever the
Keenan
rights
Ivory
were
Wayans.
because
Shut
they
up,
were to
Brennan.
show the what do you call it, syndication, like Matt TV. From what I understand, what I heard is when you guys did that reunion special, the whoever owns Mad TV, the old episodes, they just haven't done a great job of like rerunning them and like using
Yeah,
the
they haven't,
licensing
dude.
and stuff.
They haven't.
It
Something
was-
happened with that licensing.
Yeah,
you
they have
can't
to be.
find
Otherwise,
them.
yeah, you can't find them at all.
It's so weird.
From what I understand, one guy owns it and he just has them like in an
Hey
archive.
Brian,
I think
isn't
it's
that,
David Salzman.
Hey Brian, isn't that where you met Rogan? He was on the show like
Yeah.
30 years ago.
Yep.
You know,
I-
Rogan came on there.
1996. Joe came on, and we started talking about jujitsu and he said something like, "I got to do everything, otherwise I'll end up in jail." And I was like, "Hey man, I feel the same way." And then we just got along. And
Have you ever
people
seen
weren't
the
very
picture
nice
of
to
him? People weren't nice to Joe.
Yeah, on the show, they were all comics, and Joe was
Giving him
considered
a
a
hard
sitcom guy, and they were all snobby.
Was he like the
and I-
Piven of '95? Like
No,
nobody respected
no.
him.
Joe
even
just
though he
didn't
was-
take any
hilarious.
shit, and Joe back then didn't have a sense of humor about it. Don't fuck with him. Like
Sure.
he was an angry youth. He was angry. But I got along with him, of course, and that was it. And then he said, "I got great news. I was in New York. He goes, I want you to come play my brother on news radio." and then I played his brother on that.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. And I've watched start to finish because I'm also a huge fan of what's that? The guy that played Jimmy. He's a phenomenal actor. He's been in
on news radio.
Yeah, he's been 200 things. If you look up his IMDb, he's been what's his freaking name? The guy who played Jimmy, the owner of the station.
Steve Smoot.
Steve is it Steve Smoot?
Steve Smoot. I think it's Smoot. Yes. Stephen Smoot, the guy who played
Stephen Root.
Stephen Root.
Stephen Root. I knew we were close.
Great actor.
Fantastic.
Great actor.
He's been in so
What
many
else
good
has he
things.
been in? I'd known from.
Office
He was
Space.
in True Blood. He was in a bunch of
Oh,
stuff.
who's he in True Blood?
He played a gay vampire.
Oh, he's the head gay vampire
Yeah.
of Louisiana. Is he that guy?
No. I know who
Stephen
you're
Root.
thinking of.
Oh, yeah, he was
Such
the
a
gay
good
vampire
actor.
that they kept in the
Yes.
basement.
Yeah, that they kept in the basement.
Such a good actor.
This guy has
he's
been in more.
amazing.
He was in Office Space. He was in.
Such a great guy,
kept
too.
my stapler. I thought I'd get the
that's the
stapler.
guy. Yeah, Stephen Root's been in. God, he is.
He's great.
He's
How
an
good of an
absolute
actor is he?
He's so. Have you ever seen him in True Blood when he plays the gay vampire
Yes.
and they keep hostage?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they just keep draining his blood.
Yeah.
And then the girl
She
kills him.
panics. You know who that
He's
is?
so
She's a
fucking
big star
good.
now. She played a second season of Castle Rock. She played the young version of.
Oh, she's so hot.
what Misery. The actress who
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates.
Yeah.
Catherine.
You remember?
Bates.
Yeah, whatever.
Dude, she directed me on an episode of
Look
Oz.
up Lizzie. Type in Lizzie Kaplan.
True Blood has to be top 5 series for me.
Great.
Lizzie
great
Kaplan,
series.
she's fantastic. She's a phenomenal actress.
Oh, dude, she's great.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She got, I don't know if she got her start in True Blood, but.
No, she was the boyfriend in
the girlfriend.
The girlfriend in the Jim Carrey movie.
What?
Yes Man. She's the girlfriend in Yes Man.
Is she? No, you're thinking of.
No.
New
Oh,
Girl.
you're right.
Thinking of New Girl.
Nah, you're drunk. Oh, you're thinking of Chloe Deschanel.
They look
Deschanel.
exactly
Zoe
the same.
Deschanel.
Yeah.
Zoe Deschanel.
No,
but we're
she's
gonna
great
butcher
though.
everybody's name. This
Boy, we're
episode.
bad.
Stephen Poot. Did he fart? What are we
Steve
talking about?
Smoot.
Cat Bates.
Chloe, Zoe.
This is right now like, what the hell, man?
Kathy Bates directed me. In
Lizzie
an
Kaplan's
episode.
fantastic. She plays a young version of Kathy Bates in the new second season of Castle Rock, which is all Stephen King. You know, his universe is all tied together. But she acted, looked just like freaking Kathy Bates in Misery.
That's cool.
And she's way hotter in
Super boring. That's
way
cool,
hotter
though.
in True Blood.
Yeah, she's really hot.
All right, so this is also from the 60s. This is Old Crow. This is one of the most coveted. They did an entire chess series. This is the Rook. They did a King. I mean, you could buy currently you can buy all 40 pieces of the chessboard for 20 grand.
20
Whoa.
grand? Is
Yeah.
that it?
So, this is the last of it, too. So I don't have much of it.
Wow. Give me
But I
very
figured
little.
I'd share with you guys.
Wow, that looks lumpy.
Lumpy? What's that, whiskey
It,
gravy?
it just came out. It just came out a
Was
little
that
bit.
gravy?
It came out
Lumpy?
brute. It kind of fell out of the
came out
glass.
like lumpy gravy.
Oh, it did.
You know when you have
Gravy,
water,
man.
you know have milk that's sour and you get
Yeah,
like
you mix
clumps
it
of
up.
cream.
Oh.
You're like, you can have this. Go ahead and drink that.
You still drinking milk, Daddy?
No, not since we had that
Since I made
conversation.
fun of
Yep, stop doing it.
I didn't know adults drank milk besides Kevin
I
Smith.
was drinking this artisan raw grass-fed milk, and it
sounds
was
horrible.
sweet like a milkshake.
Sounds lumpy.
Disgusting.
That's why I'm so fucking young looking.
Speaking of which, next question.
Is this
Yeah.
expensive whiskey? This
This runs about if you order $4.50 online, new, close to $500.
The set's 20, Daddy. Will you buy it first?
not cheap. I'll buy it right now.
20
I don't give a
grand, 20
fuck.
grand.
20K, Daddy.
Where's the thing about Brian specifically? Where's that line at? Boom, Brian, how's the numbers now that you're single? Is the kid back or has old rinks invaded your sex life now too? You want to quit the sport in the middle of it? Oh, wait, what is that? Oh, that's a copy.
Well,
and paste.
Just tell him the dick's in overdrive.
Yeah, Rinky Dinks went.
Rinky Dinks. That's
Well,
the name of
well,
your
I
penis.
Rinky
That's the
Dinks.
name of your penis.
I don't know,
Why is
sometimes
it not
I get
that?
Little Rinks is exhausting.
After Papa got his separation, things were. I was out there and I did my thing a little bit, and then. And then I
Did
met
you
her.
ever? Am I right?
Hey, come on, man! What the
Sorry,
hell's that
I don't
supposed to
know.
mean? And then and now I'm dating somebody.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
No,
Is
it's not.
it, you
And
nervous about saying that?
No, I'm just a
Yeah,
little
because
bit.
you was weird because you kind of said, oh, no, I'm dating somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's still strange to say it out loud.
Sure.
But
Well, I want the audience to know how in love Brian is because yesterday we were at lunch and all the boys are there and Brian was they were holding hands
While they ate?
and he's going, "Come on, baby, try this, baby."
well, I'm like, hey guys, I'm monogamous. Leave me alone.
it was so annoying.
And the roasting I get from my friends,
dude, it's so annoying.
if I was like, Brendan goes, you bringing your girl to Houston? He goes, what? I go, he goes, she has family here, and he's like, she doesn't have.
He
family
made that
here,
up.
You piece of
Is she in the business?
No,
No.
civilian.
Okay.
Civilians.
Is that that's exciting too, or
She's you know what it is? She's got a career. She's a regular person. She's got a big dick. She's got everything that I'm looking for in a
She's
guy.
handsome.
I mean, a girl.
She's handsome.
handsome lass?
Yeah, that's right. No,
They share salads and hold hands.
that's not true. We weren't holding hands. That's fucking
Jay?
bullshit.
He says,
Hey man, what the fuck is this?
The great and powerful Jay Schaub, people off the camera. This
I
is
like your watch, dude.
Oh, thanks, man. It's been zero. They sent me some watches. They wanted to sponsor the show,
It's cool.
so I like it. But it's, it's a couple $100.
Oh,
It's not.
I thought it was like an Audemars Piguet.
well,
no.
this is from 52. I'm trying to think. Well, these were 60s. Oh, no.
it's a-
that
an
watch
antique
is a
watch?
1952
Yeah.
watch?
Yeah.
You know how much you just moved up in my respect meter?
Oh,
that
really?
You collect something.
he loves watches.
all my watches are. I don't have any new. Like my Rolex from 91, 92, Submariner.
Damn, you love your.
Can I take a look at
This
this?
is from 52. It's a Hoyer before they sold to the Tog company. So it's Tog Hoyer. Everybody knows it.
Dude,
it's a
you're
Hoyer
in
from
everything.
Germany. Yeah.
You need your own watch.
Thanks,
line.
dude. You want Brian's nuts for most of the episode? But-
Yeah, he loves
Well, listen. This is
craftsmanship.
I said this to Melissa Villasenor. I was a fan of hers before she broke. And there's to me, it means something to think that I mean, listen, you get ragged on a bunch on the show, you get picked on a lot, and you're always, that yes and improv, you just kind of roll with it.
Yeah.
But I've known of Bryan Callen. I'm married. I have 4 kids, a couple teenagers, 14. I've known you longer than I've known my entire family. And you were part of my growing up comedic, like, again, I'm not trying to jump on your jock here, but it's such like, same thing with Melissa. I told her, I was like, I was rooting for Melissa Villasenor before, and when she hit SNL, I couldn't have been
She's
more.
so talented.
I couldn't have been more happy for her.
She's so
That's
tough
so
to
cool.
follow.
And so when you're rooting
Really?
for her,
Really? I haven't seen her do
She
stand.
sings.
Oh, boy.
So she'll do a Lady Gaga, like an impression she did on Saturday Night Live, and it brings the house down. But she can really sing. She has albums. She has like songs out on Apple.
Jesus.
a couple music videos too.
She'll sing, and you're just like, what the? All right, here I
can't
come with my
follow that.
shitty jokes, and I'm fucking the
It's very
size
hard
of
to do.
Mutombo, and they're all, wow, God, bring Melissa back. I'm all with arms wide open.
so you followed her.
Giant dude. Hey, guys.
A bunch of times.
Yeah, she was fantastic.
She's one of my favorite people.
I've always
She's
loved her.
so nice.
And she was on the Bone Zone a bunch back in the day.
I think what's funny about Brian is we give him a lot of he gets a lot of shit from Dalia, me, Rogan, and stuff like that on the Companion or whatever shows. But Brian's more talented than all of us. So that's what's fun. So if I was Brian, I'd be like, what are you guys talking about? I'm more talented than all you fucking guys. Well, he doesn't.
You paid your
he
respects
plays
to
the
him.
game.
You did a whole Sam Adams commercial in honor of this guy. So you guys, I mean, the love.
God, how awkward was that?
The love for you guys are, you
Yeah,
are
we're
100% right though.
brothers.
something with a shadowing really made you look super.
Like my
God,
grandpa.
I was like,
I could
whoa.
not stop. When they sent me the edit, I was like, all right, well, he's not going to like this because there's no makeup or nothing. It was at my house in the backyard.
That fucking evening lighting was just. I was like, somebody could live in one of my crevasses in my face. It was
So Sam Adams calls me and they go, hey, we're doing this campaign with Joe Coy, Segura, Arch Fair, and Theo, and they're like, it's this giving back, and they're like, so we want you to cheer someone, thank someone who's the most influential person in your career.
Sure.
And they go, why don't you take a few days? You can't even take a week if you want to figure out how you want to do it. I go, Bryan Callen.
Yeah.
Like, and they go, oh, wow, you're the first one. Like most people take days. I'm like, no, it's Bryan Callen. Like, now you sure? Because Bryan Callen, just that's it.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
contact him, pay him what he needs.
Sure.
It was.
And then there's no script. He just came to the
It was
crib.
just love. It was
Yeah.
just. I mean, you guys
Well,
don't
we
need
get
it.
along. Look, I mean, he and I are. Well, one of the things I said to him the other day is that, like, we think exactly the same way about. We have the same value system. At the end of the day, this guy and I have the exact same value system. Like, our business managers came. What kind of like agreement? And we're like, hey,
Yeah, they want to get
there's
agreement.
no show without us.
They,
together.
because we're getting some offers and like, if the show sells for this much, how are we going to divvy up, And I said 70-30, not a big deal. I said 70-30.
In fact, I said to him,
He did say
because
that.
I said, you do all the work for the merch, and I said, and so we split it 70-30, and Brendan goes, no, we don't. I go, what? He goes, it's 50-50, dude. And I go, what? He goes, that just goes to running the. So
You thought it was 70 him?
We don't think about this shit. We don't. I don't give a fuck about if he really needed money or I really need him. If we were in a situation like that, that would happen.
I mean,
I
he
don't
was
really think
embezzling
about
money
that.
for years,
Yeah.
but it's
I took money.
It's fine.
forever.
We love each other.
He didn't mean to.
But for real, like he and I can look at each other across. If we're doing a podcast with
God.
whoever it is, including other friends, like
especially if
Rogan
it's
and
going
stuff.
bad.
Yeah,
I'll look
and
at
he and I
Brian.
will look at each other and or we'll be in a situation and we look at each other. We're on the same fucking page
Every time.
every single fucking time.
Yeah, we don't need to
Well, you
say
said
About-
you've been in business meetings and you'll text each other like you guys know something's not right.
Oh,
right away.
automatically. Yeah.
And we do this too. Like what he'll do is he if we have a shitty business situation, he'll put it in my head. He'll just go, hey, I don't know, man, this doesn't look good. The problem with me is that
I'm planting a seed.
It's seed that turns into a vine of hate that goes from my stomach.
To you?
And oh, yeah. And it starts
I'll
to
think
grow.
about it all night.
That night, I'm fucking tossing and turning. And then he
This son
knows
of a bitch.
that I don't want to make friends now. I'm not
Sure.
interested I'm so nice, but if I feel like I'm being taken advantage of, I'm ready. I want to be the bad guy. I want to fire you. I want it.
Yeah, we
because
play
you're being
good cop,
shitty.
bad cop all
Yeah.
the time.
Well,
So-
you mentioned that this, and I always think of you as a nice guy, but you've mentioned that I think he's the one that gets mad the most. Like out of all your friends,
For sure.
he's the one that look at him just
He's the
pet his beard.
hothead.
He's so,
Yeah, I'm the hothead.
He's the
but you don't
hothead.
strike me as
I
that
do,
at
because
all.
I don't like injustice.
You seem like the nicest
I
guy
am
ever.
I am until I see a bully, until someone's a bully,
someone's taking advantage of us.
or they're taking advantages, and not because they're taking advantage of me. I always think of the people that take advantage of before me who couldn't defend themselves.
Sure.
So now I go, oh, you picked the wrong guy. Oh yeah, because now I want to fight. And
Sure.
I'm gonna see it through, and that's what he'll do. And he'll go like this. I don't know, Brian. He's tough though.
But then we had that one guy. I won't give out his name.
Say his
the
name.
one guy who's taking advantage of
Barstool?
us.
No,
No, he's taking advantage of us, and I wanted to assume to the moon.
Oh, sure.
And then Brian's like, no. He's like, he's a young business dude. He made a mistake.
right. That's the guy I was talking to.
You
Yeah.
give a little bit of, are you those, okay, so this is a great perspective. My wife always says that I'm too nice. I love everybody. I'm too generous. I love everybody.
Brian's like that.
My mom, that's a Freudian slip. My wife said, my wife has a line. The moment she sees, oh, that person's a piece of shit, that's it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if I bring them up later. I'm a bit more layered. Like, no, like you said, he's a young businessman. He's just trying to kind of do his thing.
Yeah, I'm usually like that. I'll give people a lot of
trust
chance.
people.
I give people a lot of chance
Yeah, I
to they
trust
really just make it clear.
It's very clear.
Yeah, but not when it comes to money, but if like in
Yeah.
friendship and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, we have dinner plans after this at B&B, going to B&B Butchers. And this will air after, so no one will show up. But I'll tell you a story where someone in our group offered to buy half my whiskey festival, and it turned into a massive. I haven't talked about it publicly, but a massive shit show of like Brandon knows all about it. First time, and he was blind, so you get distracted by that.
Yes.
This guy has.
Oh, he was blind?
He was blind.
Oh, don't trust blind people,
He's
dude.
been blind since. He's been blind since age 9, and he has a tax business that handles tax money.
I don't want a blind guy doing my taxes.
Apparently, he was really good at it, or really bad at it. We don't know since we. But the
I
whole
don't think he knows.
the whole thing. My wife and I were thinking about, we can do all these things with that kind of money, and then it turned out to be a massive fraud that ended with me on the phone with the Houston branch office of the FBI.
Jesus.
So he was frauding you?
Yeah.
Are you sure he was blind?
We went. Yes, I'm
blind
sure,
criminal.
I'm sure he's blind, and he's actually
That's
very
ballsy.
Googleable. But
He was a blind criminal.
But you know
That's
what?
so badass, though.
So
what
first
God
of all,
I feel like it's a bad idea.
He's
Well, I
very
guess you'd be like, I'm
resilient.
blind. You can't hit me here. I don't know. I mean, what are you going to do with
Yeah, I
it?
can't see. I thought.
Yeah. It's like, whoa.
he's
thought-
very resilient, and our perspective. Normally, I'd be in question of somebody that wanted to do business.
Because he was
let's-
blind, you
let's
gave
look
him
at it.
benefit of the
Well,
doubt?
you want to
course you
defend
do.
them, right? You have dinner with them. You feel like they're friends, and then
course.
you make every excuse possible because you're no pun intended.
'Cause you
You're
have eyes.
blinded to his you feel sympathy for the guy.
Of course you do.
And
There's probably some
Dude,
red
that's
flags.
fascinating. But you know what? He's probably a sociopath who
Yeah.
happens to not have eyes.
Well, I bet you he's not blind.
yeah,
I bet there's some red flags.
I'll tell you why.
Are
I
you
know-
doing whiskey taste? He's all, what is this?
That's interesting.
I'll tell you why I know he's blind. He's been blind since age 9. And he was actually part of a study. I mentioned he's very Googleable. You can just type in his name. He was part of a study in which the Baylor College of Medicine put an implant in his brain, and for 1 hour a day, he can wear glasses that will transmit the video portion of the glasses.
Oh, he can see.
He can see. So 2 years ago, when they had this implant put in, and they only an hour a day because they're afraid it's going to trigger seizures. They don't know what kind of scar tissue
Yeah,
it's
sure.
causing. He could see his wife and kids.
Oh, damn.
You know,
That's sweet.
and I told him, I was like, if I were you, I'd be looking at porn for that 1 hour a day. Do you know?
Yeah.
He's been blind since age 9. Do you know what porn
Oh,
is?
no, dude.
Let me show you something,
How
buddy.
far we've advanced, dude.
so
You have
wild.
no
Have you ever seen a
clue.
bukkake video, bro?
That's so interesting.
He's all, oh my God, I only have 10 minutes left.
He was so fascinating as an individual.
This is what you guys do. I
Sir,
wanna be
this is a
blind.
lab. This is a lab,
Take
sir.
the glasses off.
Can't pull your dick out.
So there's that old saying saying that that'll make you go blind, but he was like, what?
Yeah.
No, he somehow, and then they bumped it to 2 hours a day where he could see for 2 hours a day, like in 720.
That's
it's kind
so
of like
cool, though, man.
Closed circuit, kind of black
Yeah.
and white, fuzzy, but he could see.
You can see his kids and stuff. Damn, that's cool.
And so in my mind, I'm like, he's a good guy.
I want to help the guy out.
Yeah.
But he's a bad guy.
Total, utter. We at this point we're not even cleaning this episode up. Piece of shit.
Yeah,
total.
that's fair.
We ended up dealing with the. Yeah, I'll tell you the story at dinner. It's pretty interesting. But yeah. So we've got enough time for one more pour before we go. We hit the vintage? Do you want to try the Four Roses Robusto?
Yeah,
the
let's
Whiskey
do
Pete
it.
special
Yes.
right there on the
Yes,
side
sir.
there. So this is the most.
What about that port?
Oh yeah, you want that?
I mean,
We get time. We can fit that in.
I'm gonna go port.
You want that, Daddy? Wait, when we're at dinner
That was one of the questions,
Last
too,
night,
when-
I go, Daddy, pay for everything. I just walk away. I go, Daddy, pay for everything.
One of the questions is now that you are single, when are you guys going to have you guys consummated y'all's relationship yet?
You know what?
That's a long time ago.
I
How do you
know-
think we started the show?
Yeah, I fuck Brendan. I F Brendan.
He's definitely not.
And
a
that's all I'm
bottom.
gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, so where's your glass here? There we go. I
Cheers,
can't believe
kids.
you did the stemware.
I know.
I know.
I didn't want to mix those, though.
It's okay.
This one's really
it's
nice.
okay. Isn't that fantastic?
That ginger's
Isn't that
just-
fantastic?
Try that fucking.
No, this
port.
ginger's just.
He
this
does
is
it-
freedom in a bottle.
This is a
dude.
beautiful. Can
But
you
that's
bring that
gorgeous.
ginger?
Yeah,
to,
I'll bring all of it.
How much was this go for? 1905?
I think I bought it from someone at like an auction type thing. I think for 600. Not too bad. Not too bad. But it's a piece of history
It's
for
so
600
cool.
bucks. You know, and I love it.
Me too.
now that's. Try that. Get some of
Look
that
at the legs on that.
1977.
Look at the legs on that.
Get some of that 1977.
What's that,
port in
40?
your face.
30. It's 53
Wait,
years
which
old.
one
40,
is this?
40. That's the port. That's this. The
Okay.
thing that you have at the house. I sent you a bottle.
Yeah.
And you hated it.
Oh, no, that's nice.
Isn't that nice?
After dinner,
It's good for. I'm sure there's some digestive enzymes in there and
There
stuff.
are. It's a beautiful.
That I'm such a huge fan of vintage ports, and you can actually get like a really nice 1897 port for $1,000, for $1,000 for something
it?
from the 1800s. God
damn it.
And it's still
That's
just
so nice.
Oh, fuck.
that's tremendous.
Try this.
All right, so that's the Four Roses. So
You're a little collab with them, huh?
yeah, so they do a single barrel program where you can come up there and visit, and they give it to you at cask strength. And for our whiskey festival, we do more business for them than most liquor stores do, besides the big box stores.
All right, take it
So
easy.
we got a single. We got a single barrel. That is Whiskey Pete.
This is cool, man.
Yeah, it's a great. It's
Beautiful.
cask strength though. It'll light you up. Yeah, that port's good, right?
Tastes heavy.
I'm trying to get.
Yeah, that's strong.
There's a couple of sherry bodegas. I'm trying to get them to sell me some for our own bottling line. This is rums this time, but we'll do some Armagnac. We'll do some Scotch. We're actually going to Scotland in August with Sam Hewen. He's the guy from Outlander on Stars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he did my show in January. He's joining us to pick out a few barrels, and a couple of Scotch producers are opening their warehouses to
That'd
us.
be cool, man.
We're going to go up there and see what we can find and put in the bottle.
Some more of that port, dude.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, if you want some port here, man.
Yeah, it's nice. I'll just
It's so good, man. You guys did 2 shows or 1 show last night?
2 shows. 2 shows Thursday, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday.
What capacity?
275.
A little more than half, right?
Yeah, a little
they
more
do
than half.
400.
Yeah, about 400. But I was worried the room would be, look kind of weird, or the audience, because usually everyone needs to be in the same joke,
Sure.
It was great, though.
Yeah.
Great.
Got any Rona jokes?
I made a little bit in the
A little
beginning,
bit?
yeah. Did you do any Rona jokes, Brian?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. I got some runner jokes.
Um,
About 22 minutes of new stuff.
But it's still not like, people are like, oh, Texas, they're wide open. It's still a little like downtown looks like The Walking Dead still. It's pretty, the bums are just rampant around here, huh?
Where are you staying at the same place you stayed last time? I won't say where it was.
No, well, this airs after, right?
Yeah.
We're at the Icon.
Okay.
It's an old hotel.
Yeah.
So, some dude on bikes, like, Thick Boy Bike Club, come up and they go, dude, don't go a street over, man. It gets really weird over
See,
there. Behind the hotel, dude.
You've talked
Don't
about
go there.
Houston a little bit on the show. You mentioned I
Beyonce?
know how much you love the hotel
Emma.
in San Antonio, Emma. I know how much you love San Antonio, and I love it too, especially for the hills.
Yes.
But Houston has this super dynamic, fantastic food and food scene.
We're just missing it, dude. We need some. You know why? So San Antonio, I have friends. Austin, I have some really good friends. So when people know the area and they take you around, you love that city. Like Boston, we have really good friends.
Yeah.
Philly, we have really good friends. All over.
Yeah.
Nashville.
Houston's got a lot
Where,
going
so
for
where
it.
would you recommend besides this steakhouse tomorrow?
So I lived in San Antonio for a year, loved it. I agree with you. I'd rather live in San Antonio than Austin. But in Houston, some of the best food joints are here. We took you to Truth BBQ last time you were here.
Oh, I forgot that was here.
We had
that place was, dude. I totally forgot.
They
that
rolled
place
out
was fantastic.
insane, a big beef rib.
Are they open tomorrow?
Yeah, I can call Corey.
Oh, dude, thick Jay would love that.
Yeah, so
His mouth is
some of the
watering.
best barbecue in Texas.
Oh,
And
dude.
it's
Let's go.
it's not far.
Dude, it's so good.
All right.
We shout out to Derek and
And then you can go
Hassan.
back and they have the smokers.
Smoke pit, huge smoke pit.
And we're back there working. You see all the ribs and
Let's do
the
it.
food is ridiculous. That might be the best barbecue I've had. It's up there.
Shout out to Truth.
Yeah, it's up there.
We stuffed them full of meat last time I was here, and
A lot of meat in my mouth.
Yeah,
I got no
was-
problem with
It was
meat.
really
Yeah.
good.
I got no problem.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, you bring your girl?
Hey.
Gonna hold her hand.
Shut up, you guys.
You can eat ribs holding her hand. Come on, baby.
Shut up, you guys.
Did she go see your shows?
Yeah, dude.
Do you feel weird performing in front of a girl?
No.
No.
Never do.
I did.
I don't feel weird performing. It's where I belong. Like someone, are you nervous? No.
You were a little nervous last night.
No. I just was. The
We
problem
haven't
was I
done
was
it
too
for
tired.
a month, so everyone back there, yeah, we're all tired because I'm, with my kids, I'm in bed by 9,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh man, we
So
haven't even
last
talked
night
about your
at
kids.
the late show, dude, I was so tired. It's just like getting back in. It's like like going to training camp in football. You haven't hit in a while. Once you get, it's just getting back in the groove of it.
How's the boys? I mean, last time you were
Great.
here, you were one kid shy. And
I know,
Austin
dude.
was born in November. I think the same day as my son's birthday.
26.
I don't know. So I have 4. The last
You got a
one
lot.
was November 25th, 26th, somewhere in there.
Okay. Yeah, Boston's born on the 26th.
but
He's a giant. He's gonna be like my offensive tackle. He's so big.
A huge baby. But how's it been? You happy?
Great.
How's Mama dealing with it?
She's great.
We talked a lot
We're
about
gonna go for a
family last
third.
time.
We're gonna go for a third.
And I
I
know-
want a squad like you do, man.
Oh, dude, it's great. I've told my wife if we had the money and her body could handle it, we'd keep doing it.
Well, if that blind guy didn't fuck you over, you'd probably have another.
Wow, I know. Yeah.
Son of a
I hate to
bitch.
bring that up again.
He's like, I'm not.
We
that
actually
attacked.
I have had vasectomy scheduled 3 times
Oh,
in
why
the past
though,
6 months,
dude?
and Rona canceled the last one. Like,
That's the big man showing you a sign, dude.
no more, man. No
That's
more.
a lot. 4's a lot.
Yeah, well, 3 girls and a boy, and finally had the boy last.
Boy's the youngest.
Youngest.
That's
yeah.
so cute,
and
man.
it's the best.
We're definitely probably gonna have another boy.
And he's only like 6 months old.
6 months, and he's so thick. And then Brian sees Tiger all the time because we go to this gym.
Such an athlete.
Our buddy Jeff Foley owns this gym, and he opened up for us and the kids. So it'll be Brian's kids, and then Tiger. And
Tiger's just 4 years old and already like a crazy athlete.
Well, I've heard him talk about killing snakes with his bare hands. So,
Yeah, that's right.
Well, he tames them. He tames them.
Sure.
He speaks in
He's
tongues. He
faster
speaks
than
in
them.
tongues.
Yeah.
He's going to be a preacher.
I actually tried to. I know you've talked about your kids. It's surprisingly difficult to do some research on Google of how old Bryan Callen's kids are.
I
'cause
keep him off.
I
keep
tried to
everything
relate,
off.
and I figured It was so hard that at a certain point I realized he probably keeps it
Oh, yeah.
separate.
Yeah.
Because I have teenage daughters, and
How old?
the oldest one is 2005, so she was 15 this year.
I mean, you're in it, dude.
Yeah.
Another story for dinner. I'll tell you. So
Does she hate you?
No. They're actually surprisingly reasonable. But the one problem I've had is we had cameras installed at the house, and I told this joke on stage one night. We had cameras installed in the garage where we keep most of our stash. We have like 800 bottles at the house, and I get a notification I'm not home at 1 o'clock in the morning that someone's in the garage.
This little tramp broke into it.
I have teenage daughters, so I'm worried about them leaving the house to go do whatever.
What about sneaking boys in?
Or both, right? So I get a notification that someone's in the garage. I pull it up on my phone, and I see my wife in a towel getting something out of the dryer in the garage. It's like, okay, good, it's not my daughter. And she's bending over, and most cameras nowadays you can kind of talk through them,
Oh, yeah.
especially through Ring.
Yeah.
So I start flirting with my wife. Why don't you drop that towel?
Oh, I'm in.
Show
Okay,
Daddy
I'm in.
what you got.
Oh,
right?
I'm into it now.
And she stands up and she turns around and she goes, "Daddy."
Oh, it was your daughter?
It was my 15-year-old daughter.
Oh, fuck!
It was like
God.
it was my
My
15-year-old.
daughter's looking more and more like my ex too.
I would have acted like the cameras got
that
hacked.
happening, dude.
I would act like I'm like, this isn't your daddy. Gotcha. See you later.
Somebody fucking hacked my ring.
I'm a Russian hacker.
Fuck, dude. That's a good way to end this fucking podcast.
I felt horrible. I felt horrible, but
God
my
damn
wife
it.
called me laughing her ass off. So
Jesus
so funny.
Christ.
listen, I know your shows were sold out, but I thank you for coming on anyways, sharing a few pours. It was very nice to meet you, Brian.
brother.
I will be there
Anytime, man.
tonight with my boys.
You're
We're
the
going to come
best,
watch
brother.
you guys
See you there.
perform. And,
Yes.
Let's go eat some steaks.
Steak
Barbecue tomorrow.
We got
Gracias.
time. Cheers.
Balcones' first ever year-round bourbon was an inspiration. It all had to work together. A blend of carefully selected ingredients, Texas-sized pot stills, and creative people determined to find the absolute best way to usher a new whiskey along. When you discover how it pairs with a meaningful moment, suddenly the feeling of drinking great whiskey becomes a whole lot more.